Islam, you're here. Congratulations, you did it. The 17th straight win. It was a tough fight to get there, but how good do you feel right now, having accomplished what no one else in the history of our sport has ever done before?
I feel happy. Thank you so much. Feel happy. Hard fight. It's good fight. Good opponent. And now it's no more Anderson Silva. Islam Makhachev record. I like this.
Dana, a very good, interesting, tactical main event between Islam and Ian Machado. Gary, Ian showed great defensive work. Islam showed that he was strong either against a bigger guy. Give us your thoughts on the main event and how it played out.
What did you say? He was what?
Stronger and...
Let me read. They have this thing like AI doing it for me now. Machado, Ian showed great defensive work. Islam showed that he was strong either even against the bigger guy. Give your thoughts on the main event and how it played out.
When I hear it back, it sounds like a bad question.
Not a bad question. I think that, this is my honest opinion on it. I felt like tonight was...
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Gary just took place in the main event of UFC 330, and this is my reaction to that absolute snooze fest in the main event. Other than one moment in round 2 where Islam Makhachev head kicked Ian Gary and caught him with the toes at the end of the head kick and knocked him down, Ian Gary gets right back up. Islam Makhachev scores a head and arm throw takedown. Other than that one moment in that 30-second sequence, Islam Makhachev didn't do any harm whatsoever to Ian Gary.
Tonight wasn't my night. I feel great. I did great. Islam was just better than me tonight, and that's okay. I want everybody who loves me and supports me and wants to see me do better. I want you to know that I'm going to be back. I'm not disheartened by this. I'm bulletproof in my mind. I'll be back. I'm 28 years of age. I just fought arguably the greatest fighter we've ever seen in this sport, and I pushed him to the fucking wire. And I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so proud of my team and everything that we've done. I'm so proud of what I've done in this world and who I've become. Nobody's stopping me. Nobody stopped me. Tonight was not my night. Islam, your team, congratulations. You guys did amazing.
And still, alhamdulillah. Bomba. Starszy, alhamdulillah.
If you ask me today, Shavkat is not fighting. Prat is still fighting because Morales also is good, but Morales fight, I don't know, last time, I don't remember when he fight, If you ask, who's the most deserved guy, I think Carlos Prates.
Just boring fuck, dude. He landed a head kick in round 2, and other than that, he did nothing! For 20 minutes! He did fucking nothing! That's the truth! Zero! He caught him with a head kick in round 2, and other than that, he did fucking nothing! The whole fight!
Imagine a fighter, rangy and powerful, with takedown defense so exceptional it stops you in your tracks. Tonight against Islam, it wasn't just good, it was genuinely impressive. And let me be clear, I truly believe Ian is a talented fighter. But here's the kicker, the gut punch. If he had even an ounce of killer instinct in that 5th round, things would have been completely different. He had systematically been tearing Islam apart, beating him to the body. Islam's entire right side, his face, everything was visibly beaten up. You saw it. So why in a fight with so much on the line, where the mental game and gamesmanship are paramount, do you come out and hug and shake hands in the middle of a war like that? It drives me absolutely insane. You do not just coast. You come out in that 5th round with a flying knee, something absolutely wild, and you try to finish the fight. I guarantee this is one of those fights Ian will replay in his head forever, just thinking, damn it.
UFC 330 just wrapped up seconds ago in the Philadelphia, as the cool kids say, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. First time since 2019 that the UFC held an event there. That was a fight night event headlined by Justin Gaethje versus Edson Barbosa in March of 2019. This time around, they come back with the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev. who makes history. 17 wins in a row for Islam Makhachev. He retains his welterweight title. As GC just said, if you were watching...
BC and Rick, they absolutely nailed it. Seriously, massive credit for not just putting together the watch party, but for going all in on their costumes. From the second they arrived to the very end, they never once broke character. That level of dedication elevated the entire bit to a whole new dimension. But while all that was unfolding, something monumental was brewing in MMA history. A new milestone just got set. We witnessed a fighter become only the 5th person ever to successfully defend championships in 2 different weight classes. I mean, that is insane on its own. But here is the number that will really drop your jaw. His winning streak. 17 straight victories. Let that sink in. He just surpassed Anderson Silva's legendary run of 16 consecutive wins. It is yet another mind-blowing achievement in a career already stacked with historic moments.
Set up for the upset. I felt like the upset could happen tonight with so much on the line, all the records that Islam has, and he's going to break Anderson Silva's record. There's weight classes for a reason. Ian Gary is a big, rangy, strong guy who has great takedown defense. I mean, if you look at his takedown defense tonight against Islam, it was impressive. I think that Ian is a talented guy. If he had even an ounce of killer instinct in that 5th round, you know, he had been beating him to the body. Islam's whole, I think, right side was beat up. His face was beat up. You don't come out and hug and shake hands, and that shit drives me fucking crazy when there's so much at stake, and there's also you know, a lot of mental you know, gamesmanship, whatever you want to call it, in this game. You come out in that 5th round with a flying knee or something crazy, and you try to finish the fight. I think that this is one of those fights that Ian will go back and watch and say, fuck, wish I could do that over again. You know, if he came out and tried to destroy and win that last round, you know, with everything that he had, I think it's a totally different fight. Islam went out, you know, the complete opposite now, against a bigger, strong, rangy guy who has good takedown defense, controlled him, shut him down. I don't know if he was in his head and Ian felt like he had to come out and shake hands in the 5th round or whatever, but, you know, Islam did exactly what he needed to do to win that fight. When I went in after the fight and Ian Gary came over and shook my hand, Ian Gary's handshake is like a fucking vice grip, you know, and he is a big, powerful, rangy guy. And, you know, for Islam to go in and do what he did to him tonight, you know, physical and mental. If you'd have come out of that fucking corner like a raging fucking bull, you know, we might be having a different conversation right now.
Do you feel like Ian's too nice to his opponents? At the press conference, he wanted to build Islam up. He's been nice about him all week.
I think that Ian's a classy guy is what I think. And, you know, he always shows class. He did, you know, before the fight, he goes over and shakes, you know, all the corners' hands and all that stuff. It's great. But when that fucking bell rings, you got to switch. You got to switch all that shit off and go. And you definitely got to do it in the 5th round after the, you know, he fought a great fight against Islam, who, you know, everybody in this room and everybody else is saying, well, we might start talking about GOAT. You don't go shake the fucking GOAT's hand going into the 5th round. You come out to fucking annihilate him. I mean, that just has to be your mindset, in my humble opinion.
Really tested in ways that we haven't seen him tested before. I mean, it was a difficult fight. Although he won by, you know, a good margin, a healthy margin, there was moments where you're used to Islam having a certain amount of control and dominance that he just didn't seem to have.
Yep.
Over the bigger guys. And this is the question. As he's moved up to 170, there's some guys like Morales that are absolutely gigantic. And what happens if he fights those guys? The gap is bigger than it is with Ian Gary. Ian, again, out of the 10 victories that he's had inside the octagon, he's only had 3 stoppages.
Yep.
Morales killed.
Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Gary fight. It is done. Over. The dust has settled. But before that first punch landed, what did everyone think was going to happen? Fighters, coaches, analysts, everyone had an opinion. And believe me, those opinions were wildly different. Some people were certain Islam would just completely dominate, pure control from start to finish. Others saw Gary. Everyone, and I mean everyone, thought Volkanovski was going to lose to Islam Makhachev. But there was a small group who genuinely believed he posed a real threat, that he had the tools to make this fight far closer than anyone expected. Now that the dust has settled and we know the winner, it is time to pull apart those predictions. Who saw the future with crystal clarity and who absolutely missed the mark? Chael Sonnen, for example, latched onto something incredibly insightful. He argued that Islam's ground game was never the question. Makhachev had already demolished elite competition, proving exactly how lethal and controlling his grappling could be. Sonnen simply could not fathom Volkanovski suddenly becoming the superior grappler once they hit the mat. No, the real, undeniable crux of this entire fight was whether Islam could even get Volkanovski to the ground in the first place. And then even more crucially, keep him there for 5 brutal rounds. Sonnen highlighted Volkanovski's height, his reach, his movement, his sheer physical size, and his defensive wrestling as the wild cards. These, he thought, were the elements that could completely derail Makhachev's game plan. Picture this. Volkanovski constantly forcing Islam to chase, to actively work just to close the distance before every single takedown attempt. That, according to Sonnen, was the hidden key to unlocking this fight.
Once he gets him there. I mean, Islam is just so damn dominant on the ground. I mean, he passed the side control, trapped up Jack Del Maddalena, 25 straight minutes. He essentially toyed with Charles Oliveira to the point that he said they should take Charles's black belt away. So I don't believe once we get to the ground that Islam has any trepidation. So what is it? The punches and the kicks, the range? Well, those things aren't a problem if you're going to take the guy down. So I believe by this process of elimination, I've now identified what Islam sees as the problem. He's not confident he can go out and take Ian Gary down. He's not confident that